What's up, everyone? Welcome into Dodger Heads, presented by DodgerBlue.com, your home for the 2020 World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers. My name is Jeff Spiegel, and today we are talking Justin Turner alternatives. Now, pump the brakes. Justin Turner has not left the Dodgers. He has not signed elsewhere, but more so, we're asking the question, what are the options for the Dodgers if Justin Turner were to sign elsewhere? Again, heaven forbid this were to happen. I think everybody in Dodger land is hoping that Turner comes back. I think the Dodgers are hoping that. I think Turner is hoping that. It's just a matter of if they can come to an agreement or if a better offer materializes elsewhere. Now, on this show, we have talked about trade candidates, Eugenio Suarez, Chris Bryant, those types of players. But today I was interested to look at, are there free agent options out there if Justin Turner were not to re-sign? The answer is not really. There are slim pickings. I went through the list this morning. There just aren't any other real options out there at third base or even really second base, which is the other roster position up in the air, that would be better than the guys that they have internally, whether it's Edwin Rios, Gavin Lux, etc. But there is one exception. There is one name as I looked down the list of guys and said, you know what? I think this person, he wouldn't move the needle. I would imagine Dodger fans wouldn't be overly thrilled. They would be disappointed if they hoped for Turner and got this. But I do wonder if he's a backup option because of how well he fits the Dodger profile. And that player is Kolten Wong. Again, Kolten Wong, not a guy we've talked a ton about. But the more I look at the numbers, the more I just feel like, you know, this seems like an Andrew Friedman type. So let's talk about Wong. Wong is a second baseman, played the entirety of his career with the St. Louis Cardinals, a team that's reported to have little interest in bringing him back post Nolan Arenado trade. He's 30 years old as of last October. He dabbled in the outfield in the middle of his career, but he's basically been exclusively a second baseman for the past few years. And as I mentioned, second base is the other position the Dodgers currently have an opening at. In both cases, second and third, there are real options to fill those spots internally. Edwin Rios, Gavin Lux, even Chris Taylor, if they wanted to put him in one place. Heck, even Zach McKinstry is a guy that I know I'm high on that I think could play either of those positions every day. So what is it about Wong that makes him even cross my radar? Well, the short answer is defense. Wong is a Gold Glove winner the last 2 seasons at second base, and I think it's pretty clear the Dodgers have prioritized defense for a long time. StatCast has a statistic called outs above average. Wong has consistently been among the best in the league there across all positions at getting, extra outs above average, basically. Offensively, pretty league average. Career 260 hitter. He averages just under 10 home runs a year and OPS in the low to mid 700s. He was top 10% as far as strikeout and whiff percentage, which again is something I think the Dodgers like. But you're not signing Wong for his offense. You're signing for elite defense that comes with a league average bat. So what would it cost to sign a guy like Wong? That's the tough part. Wong is a much better player than Kike Hernandez by most people's standards, and yet Hernandez just signed for 2 years and $14 million, which is about what most people expected Kolten Wong to sign for at the beginning of the offseason, whereas Hernandez, you wouldn't even find him in a top 50 free agent list just about anywhere. On the flip side, you've got guys like Jock Peterson who have seen their market decline. He could have had $10 million early on. He recently settled for $7 million. So the short answer is I'm not sure what it would cost. Maybe he gets a deal similar to Hernandez. Again, I think Wong is a better player than Hernandez. Wong is much better defensively, and I just think he brings more predictability to the plate as a hitter. When you look at Hernandez's numbers, his numbers might look better when it comes to like weighted runs created and stuff, but keep in mind Hernandez only hit against lefties, and even then he had just one above average offensive season since 2015. Wong, meanwhile, has given you 2 and far more consistency, hovering right around the 90 to 110 range for WRC. So again, I don't think the Dodgers are eager to go out and sign Wong, but I could see him as a fallback option, maybe the only fallback option out there if they do go elsewhere. Marcus Simeon's a name that was rumored, but he is off the market. So the reason I isn't because I personally don't love Rios or Lux or McKinstry, but I just think this is a move that decreases your risk. Now, if Turner were not to resign and the Dodgers didn't go get anyone, you're kind of needing 2 of Rios, Lux, McKinstry, or Taylor to hit immediately. Whereas if you go out and sign Wong, you only need 1. Then you can sort of say, okay, we've got second base figured out. We just need Rios or Lux, one of those 2 guys, to be able to play third base consistently every day and then go from there. Whereas that gives you the option to still have Turner bouncing around the field, giving guys a day off. I will give one shout out to one of our commenters, Norm. Norm, apparently a big Tommy La Stella fan. He was mad the Dodgers hadn't re-signed him. Well, I have good news for you, Norm. Wong is much, 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 much better version of Tommy La Stella. La Stella career WAR 4.4 in 7 years. That is not good. Wong over 15 for his career. So there you go. It's an option. So let us know. What do you think below? I know Wong is not a sexy pick, not somebody who moves the needle, but I do think it's a guy who fits the Dodger profile, keeps things moving, reduces risk. For what it's worth, Vince Gennaro of the MLB Network had Wong as the number 7 second baseman in all of baseball, 1 spot ahead of Chris Taylor, 2 spots ahead of Jose Altuve. So not saying I agree with that list, but there you go. Let us know below. If Turner, heaven forbid, goes elsewhere, do you like adding Wong? We appreciate you as always watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've got the notification bell rung. As soon as we have breaking news, you're going to get it here first. Check out Dodger Blue 1958 on social media and DodgerBlue.com for all the latest news and stories. And now, as always, we'll leave you with the words of the great Vin Scully.
The best team holding a trophy high in the air. The Los Angeles Dodgers, champions of the baseball world.